We are live. Are you free now to join us with Isabel from, well, I don't want to say Isabel from Free Now because you're so much bigger than the company that you work for right now. So I'm going to say this is Isabel and she works for Free Now. You like that?
That sounds, yeah, better. There's lots of Isabels around, so not just the professional one, but there's many others. So yeah.
So the topic today, people who are listening, is the essence of being an CEO. I was going to say SEO because I'm thinking about marketing, about being a CEO. And even the word essence, like I wonder how many males talk about the essence and their essence as a leader. You're in that world. Tell me how many conversations you've had about that.
Probably it's because, they know what their essence, they take their own essence everywhere. It's been like that forever. So no need to talk about it. Hopefully soon we won't be able to, or we won't need to talk about female essence at work.
Love that sentence. They've been walking around with it since forever.
Yeah, in their own shoes.
In their own shoes, they've been comfortable in their own shoes. They've never had to adjust to other energies or change their essence.
Or maybe yes, because in this, and sometimes I'm quite controversial about it, there's more diversity than just male, female, or different races. So probably there's, I don't know, sometimes I think about male nurses. They also probably had to walk out of their own shoes and try to adapt to a different or more female environment. So for me, it's there's diversity there. There's sometimes we all have to adapt, but I think we need to fight against this need to adapt, to fake who you are, and just be yourself wherever, even if you are the only one.
And where did you learn this from? Like, who taught you to be, well, the show's called Unapologetic. Who taught you to be unapologetic and be in your own essence despite what the voices around you might be telling you or subconsciously pushing you towards?
Probably first time at home. My mom, she was like, you can be whatever you want to be. You need to be whatever you want to be. Don't, and she was very realistic. She was like, there'll be lots of limits, some that your brother won't have, but just ignore them. Don't complain, move forward, do whatever you want. You're capable of doing whatever you want. Just do it.
Wow. Beautiful.
That
So
makes things easier.
makes it easier. And we were talking about this at a meetup yesterday of women. We were talking about who's going to change how the boys and the women are raised. And so you'd say, the parents. So do you think that the most effective way, well, I think the most effective way would be raising children differently, making men more aware of their privilege and making women believe that they can do anything that they want. Is it the role of the parents, or do you think like we can start with societal, or is it politicians that have to change that, or school systems, or what would you suggest?
Everything. I think it's not, there's not a single answer. So I think culture, the country you live in, the city you live in, the surroundings you live in, everything makes you behave in a way. So society is definitely there. Parents are definitely there. And it's not what they say, it's what you see. Parents can tell you whatever. If you don't see what they're telling, you will not repeat it. So at home, at school, kids at school, girls at school, from an early age, they start feeling that they perform worse than they really do, while boys think that they perform better than they really do. So there starts to be a change there that I think at school they should be aware of it and try to compensate so that girls are not left behind in this sense, in self-confidence or whatever. And I also think that each of us are responsible for self-training, self-awareness, understanding what we are and working on that. I started on that a bit late, but it helped me incredibly. So sometimes it's not a matter of saying that everybody else has to do with what you are. Everybody has an influence, but I think it's our own responsibility to take ownership, leadership of our own life, career, attitude, and where we want to go. So I'm more, don't complain, act.
And you learned that from a very unapologetic woman who was your mother, and you learned that from a young age.
Yes.
And so you've heard that voice from a very influential time until whatever age you have right now. And women who weren't raised with a mother like that are 30 years behind.
Absolutely. 30 years and a lot of, I mean, even in my case, society was teaching us to be nice, not to be controversial, many things. So even though you can go wherever you want, but you still have to be nice. Don't boast about whatever your achievements were. Lots of things that are still there. So we all have to work against that. The thing is, probably my mother was quite aware that my brother would have more opportunities or more chances, or it would be less difficult for him. So she was like, you need to have a driving license. You need to have a university degree. You need to have your job. You need to be financially independent. You need to be able to care for yourself. And then you be with whoever you want to be, but on equal terms. You are independent to choose your own life. So that was there, but society again, and some ways of being, definitely, I mean, they do have an impact.
Now, did your brother end up as CEO of a huge company?
Around each. But definitely, I mean, yeah, I mean, in my own way, I did see that I could be whatever I wanted. And this came from home. And then I did this program, Promociona, which is focused on helping women to have leadership positions, and it did create lots of self-awareness. I worked a lot, and I did change some things in my attitude, in how I address some topics. That it definitely helped me to exactly just before I got this promotion. So maybe I did just in time, or this was due to, or this helped. But definitely, whatever we invest in ourselves in working, yes, with how we approach work and leadership and everything, it's a great investment. Time, money, whatever, but it's on ourselves to take the lead, to take charge of our own lives and careers.
It's very interesting because you learned the skills that you need to be a CEO of the position that you have. So you have the qualifications, and the mindset got you to invest in yourself, to even imagine yourself having a position like that in a male-run industry, which transportation has always been and still is, I would guess.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of companies actually, where tech companies, mobility definitely, many others that are more male companies. But again, for me, the important thing is like, I never thought like I'm the only woman here. It's like maybe no. Sometimes it's like I'm different. I'm the different voice. But I try not to focus on I'm the only woman and therefore the only different voice. It's like I have a different voice. I'll express my opinion because I think it's good to have different opinions. But I try not to focus on the male, female. It's like I need to be myself wherever, because maybe I don't know. At some other stage in the past, I was surrounded by females that had what we consider a more male attitude. And again, I was different. And I didn't want to be that type of person. For me, it's so difficult to fake being someone you are not. And so many hours that it takes lots of energy that we could invest elsewhere. So it's like, this is me. You like it or not, take it or not. And if I'm not in the right place, I'm not in the right place. And I look for somewhere else where I'm comfortable, confident, and happy. So it's not pushing into a position or a place where you are not respected, accepted, and liked. There are many other places.
We usually do this 20 minutes, but I feel like you've said everything possible to motivate women and to help them understand. So you're very concise. You know the right things to say, and this is not your first time talking to women to help them. So I applaud you as a public speaking trainer on ability to convey it with heart and intelligence and even some facts in there.
Thank you. Now I blush. It's like, wow.
That was impressive. I'm almost out of questions because you just answered everything. What would you like to share? Because you came on this, of course, you're doing this to help our community. What more do you want to say to these women and men? Because this is something interesting, okay? you don't see it as gender. And I think that's a huge thing. And I'm still stuck at an evolutionary level, much below you, where I'm still focusing on that it's a gender problem. And I just got, I'm throwing a party, and a man said, I don't feel comfortable coming because you tend to criticize men on LinkedIn. And I went, whoa, wow. He's so right. I make it about gender. And I feel like him saying that to me today, me apologizing, and I wrote a post about it for tomorrow, and talking to you and you saying that, because I don't have your position. I run my own thing. I don't know what it's like to be in a room full of men and not even see myself as a woman. Like, you have a level of your essence at a very high state. That took work. Or do you think it was because your mom taught you so young, or do you think you had to like push through a lot of ideas to get where you are?
I think it's a bit of, I mean, you get it at home and some ideas, not the self-confidence. We all have this imposter syndrome or whatever, but it's like you can do whatever you want. Just so sometimes it's just, I don't think about whether can I do it or can I just go and try. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it's like fear. If you are afraid of something, it takes courage to go and do it. But if you don't feel fear, you just go and do it. So it's the same. Don't be self-aware, don't have this self-awareness. Because I'm a woman, should I? This puts a stopper, because it makes you stop and think. If you don't even see that, you just go and do it. And someone might, and for me, it's like, if I didn't get this, not because I was a woman, maybe it was not the right moment, not the right person, not the profile, not the experience, not the whatever. I try not to go on. It's all because I'm a woman. It's not that way. It's also the same as if I'm more, I don't know, analytical and tend to dwell on data. And within creative people, I might be different. Again, it's giving a different opinion of people who think different, but not because male and woman, or that's one of them, but it's also creative and analytical. It's also people from one culture or another, one race or another. So many things get there together that you could spot many things. Maybe there's, between man and woman, there's more a cultural of background difference than that of gender. So I think we sometimes tend to focus on something, and it sometimes gives us very good excuses not to look behind and see what was out there. Not only that. So for me, that's like the easy path. Of course, what I do think it's important that we are aware as women that we have this imposter syndrome, that sometimes we need to be sure that we have everything right before we move forward for a position or for whatever, that we are grateful if we get a new position and don't ask for a salary increase. Okay, so these are typically female, but that doesn't mean all females have it, or that none of the males have the same issues. Yes. So for me, don't focus on male, female. It's like, we know that we have like these things that we need to work on, get working on them. Identify what you're not doing right and get working on that. I learned the salary part. For me, it was like, wow, grateful. I got this position. Oh, wow, thanks. Last time I got it after doing this program, it was like, wow, thanks, incredible. I think you're getting the right GM and I'm getting a perfect position. So we're all happy. And let's discuss salary. Because I assume this goes with a salary, doesn't it? It was like, yes, of course. This came from training. And I was feeling like, Isa, do it. Isa, do it now. Because I didn't feel comfortable, but I knew I had to do it. It was my right. Someone else would have done it. So I just went and did it. Again, this came from training. This didn't come naturally to me. Someone told me this is the way to. I thought about it. Makes total sense. I'll do it. Once you do it, the second time it's easier, and then you take it in your stride. But again, we need to learn, every one of us, what our weak points are, how we improve them, and how we move forward.
God, you're good. I'd give you a standing ovation if I was. You can only see my boobs, so I'm not going to stand up. Very nice. Yeah, you must be in women. Are you in women's associations? Do you have roles in inspiring women? Do you lead any of these programs?
Not really. So I mean, I'm still in touch with all my peers in Promociona. They're like wonderful network supporting, and they're in backstage, so that's great. I do belong to EGECON. Again, it's promoting, equality, diversity, whatever. Okay. So great on that one. And what I try to do is mentoring with different people within the company or outside, or in some of these podcasts, for example. It's like I always try to find the time for anything that, as I say, if I can help someone to get where I am 20 years before, great. 30, 20, 10, 5, whatever. If someone can learn something, can get this curiosity of maybe I need some training, maybe I'll look into some things, maybe I need to, this salary part resonates with me, let me practice it in my next one. So whatever I can do to make someone think or aware of things that some of them took me quite long to learn, I'm more than happy. I think this is worth it. So yeah, I tried in a more informal way of doing it.
Amazing. I'm like, I want you to be my mentor. Right? We have a mentorship program with the Professional Women's Network. It's in all of Europe. It's been around for 17 years, and we run a mentorship program. And we're out looking for amazing women to be mentors to our mentees. And I was like, oh, if I get Isabel, I want her. I get dibs.
We can discuss it, definitely. I mean, for me, it's like whatever. I do it in a more like informal way in general. So if someone comes and asks, or if someone is, I would like you to talk to this person. She's not knowing where to move, whatever, you have time. Yes, I try to, as I said, this is one of the topics that I think women should help each other. We should all help each other, but since some things resonate more with us than with other people, or mentees might feel safer with another woman expressing some concerns or whatever, I think that we should all, no matter our experience, always be available for support, help, mentorship, whatever. Doesn't need to be something like an organized thing. It can just be a spontaneous feedback, spontaneous help, or helping someone to prepare an interview, whatever. I mean, just be there for whoever asks. And also, if someone doesn't ask, because sometimes they might be shy, offer. And if they want to take it, it's be there for them.
No, I have a partner who is of color. He's half Nigerian. And he walks through the world, and when things happen, he doesn't think it's because he's Black. And I, as a white woman, I always think like, oh, maybe they did that because you're Black. Like, I'm more racist than he is, and I'm more sensitive than he is, because he had to deal with it as a young man. And he can't live his whole life being like, it's because I was Black, it's because I was Black, it's because I was Black. And as a white woman, I can't understand that. But so I've learned that from him. And now hearing you speak, being like, you never think it's because I'm a woman, it's because I'm a woman, it's because I'm a woman. So you have had to train yourself to think like, it's me, it's you, it's him, it's her, it's them, to see people very individualistic and be very emotionally intelligent enough to read the person, your emotions, and the situation. You don't go with classifications and blind spots. That takes 10 times more effort than to just put people in boxes and put yourself in a box.
Yes, and it also puts you in a more difficult situation sometimes, because sometimes it's easy if you go somewhere and they just don't listen to you or whatever, like, it's because I'm a woman. So easy. Maybe I'm not engaging enough. Maybe I didn't prepare enough. Maybe they were just distracted and onto something else that was for them more important, and it doesn't have to do with me either. So sometimes it has to do with me, sometimes it's totally unrelated. But I think it's good not to stop at the easy part. I'm a woman, so this is the explanation. I think things are much more complex than this. And when we only stay in the surface, we never learn, we never move forward. I also try to sometimes not take things personally. So if someone comes and answers to me in a bad way, it's like, it's not because of me. He's having a bad day. Poor guy. I mean, I feel him, but that's it. I don't take offense out of that. It's easier. I mean, you cannot be angry all the time at whatever. There's enough people out there who are angry for the rest of us. So let's try to understand what's behind things and take things easily.
I love it. Take things easy. And the way you speak, and that's why I asked you. I saw Isabel at an event, Women in Tech Spirit, that was put on 3 weeks ago now. And the way she spoke in front of the crowd, and just this relaxedness, like, oh, can you hear me with the microphone? Oh, and she spoke about not losing your essence. And I thought, I'm going to interview her about the word essence, because I never use that word. I'm too black and white. as I said, I'm at a lower evolution thing. And hearing you speak, and this is the beauty of it, like you hear one person speak about something that's the perfect timing for you, which today is the perfect timing for me to hear this because I'm rebranding, and I'm tired of being angry at men, because I'm not actually angry at them. I'm angry at the system, and I'm not putting enough effort in. And so blah, blah, blah. This is my own personal process, but it's perfect to hear that. And that's why it's like, you always have to question more. It's so easy to be like, oh, it's because they're black. Oh, it's because they're men. Oh, it's because I'm lazy, because those are all excuses to not go into like what might be maybe painful to hear. Like, you didn't prepare enough.
Yeah.
And you didn't prepare, girl. like, you know, there could be just some truth. I'm not you. You know, and the lazy people go for boxes without investigating more. And I think that's ignorance. And recognizing that I have an ignorance has been very powerful, and that society has, and it's just the easier way to go, but it doesn't actually get you to anyone being in their essence and appreciating other people's essence, right? It's a very busy mindset that doesn't make the world a better place.
Yeah, and also this other attitude, it creates a clash. I'm not against anyone. The fact that someone else had I don't know, we all have biases. We all prefer to be surrounded by people who are similar to us, because that's where we connect with them. So the fact that this happened in companies, because it was the role at that time, and this has continued going on, it's nobody's sort of fault. This is how society started, companies started, how it evolved. So we all need to change it, but it's not from a confrontation, them against us, because this creates issues. It's like, and then it's like, I don't feel comfortable somewhere with women because they are always against us. I'm not against anyone. I want to go where I can go, and I need support, female, male, everyone. So I think we are all in this together, and let's try to avoid this confrontation and clash, because then you are in the fight, not in the moving forward. And I'd rather move forward than
and
fight or whatever.
we always blame men for fighting, but if we're fighting against them, we're doing exactly what they do. So it makes no sense.
This is like, as I mentioned, it's talento sin género y sin generación. So it's we go for talent, male, female, whatever age. So it's like, talent is there, let's push for it, and let's not confront, let's move forward and push, so that we don't leave any talent behind, that we don't fight against what's already there. So I think it helps. And what you mentioned about me being comfortable about speaking, 4 years ago, I was absolutely incapable of talking in front of people. So shy. It was like getting absolutely blank, nervous, horrible. Again, this is skills that you need skills for certain positions. So I just trained, and I started with small things, supported by my company, but I was allowed to start doing some things. And now it's like, it's not so awful. I even enjoy it. So you can change a lot. Again, self-awareness, working on things, going out of your comfort zones, and moving forward.
Another standing ovation. I love you. Okay. We've done the time, and I want to respect that you are a busy woman and you have a lot of essence to go around, and that takes time, and being self-aware takes more time. So I don't want to keep you any longer, and I look forward to following you online and maybe in the real life. Maybe I'll see you at an event. Thank you so much I call that a motivational message to all of us, and I really, really loved having you.
Thank you so much, Jess, for inviting me here, for your really kind words. And I'm here for whatever you might need at any time.
Exciting. Thank you, Isabel.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you. Bye.
Thanks.